what's up? Back on here again. But anyway, like I told you, I've been looking at these true stories about these New York gangsters. Now, I'm going to comment on this, and I hope, because my people they live out in the Bronx. They out in the Bronx. They ain't in no gangs. They into rapping and stuff. They not into like the gangs. But long story short, if y'all see my video earlier today, y'all would know exactly why I'm posting this. And I thought it was disrespectful. And it somehow remind me of Tupac and Biggie beef. As far as New York go, they got Crips in New York, which Pac is from New York. We all know Pac from New York, but his mom moved around state to state, being as though she was a Black Panther and so on. And I think it's appropriate for me to watch this video if nobody else peeped it. That's how on the higher, as far as connections and stuff like that. I don't know if they peeped it or not, but I'm just saying because it's disrespect to Big A Tupac, especially Tupac, because of the simple fact that Tupac was in LA and they did Crips, the Bloods and Crips, and oh man, Pac, my phone, my thing, I don't understand this thing. And Pac was on, he was with the Crips. He was with one of them. I think Pac was wearing blue. I think Pac was a Crip. I think Tupac was a Crip. But when Biggie went, even though like Pac was a Crip, when Biggie went over to LA, the Crips killed Biggie. Biggie from New York, and that's what I mean when I say these young boys are like disrespectful. They're like disrespectful. These men died, Bloods and Crips, and then they Crips over New York. But the Crips killed Biggie, and Biggie and Pac was beefing, and it was senseless. Just like they over there Crips, they got their games. It's senseless. It's just all senseless. Like, it's not right. It's taunting, and it's like disrespecting the dead. That's how I see it. Like, y'all might see it differently, but coming from an era in the 90s, as a teenager, we wasn't fully, we was into it, but we thought it was just rap. It was meaning, and a lot of these, that's how they get jammed, and they still do it. So it's like the disrespect. Now it's like, when they still doing it, they not even disrespecting the people no more. They disrespecting themselves in a tremendous way. Because if they sitting there watching what y'all do on social media, watching your lyrics, watching your every move, and you still sit there and disrespect yourself in that manner, then I mean, I wouldn't care about to lock you up either. Because you disrespectful. It's disrespectful to you, to your family, to see you out here acting so violently, shooting up people for nothing. Because it's just horrible. It's just back like Tupac and Biggie. It's like, it's they still, and a lot of people are still stuck on Tupac and Biggie, who the best. And it's like New York is stuck on Biggie and Tupac. They're like stuck on Biggie and Tupac. Don't know. I mean, you got other people, but truthfully, that's in LA. You don't have the gangbangers saying calling themselves the Crips and all that. They wear like certain color bandanas, but they're not being disrespectful to the legends of hip hop, which is Biggie and Tupac. Everybody know they were legends coming up. Pac been a legend since the 80s. Even if it was the late 80s, Pac was a legend with Digital Underground on them that was Crips. So why New York wearing Crip stuff? Biggie got killed, Tupac got killed. Probably from a Crip member. You know what I'm saying? Or I think either Pac wore the blue. Pac wore blue. I didn't see Pac in no red. Pac was Crip. Pac was Crip because Snoop Dogg, when Snoop was young, I mean, he got a story to tell. These boys' stories is death. They mainly are death. And it was just so happened that, Snoop got out and he's able to look like, I was doing the same shit y'all was doing in season language. But these young bulls, they different. Like, they don't got no freaking... They don't have no freaking respect for themselves. You can't respect yourself. You can't respect nobody. Just point simple. If you can't respect you can't respect nobody. And that's what kind of starts from self. And a lot of them don't respect themselves to learn how to respect another human being. And it's sad, and I know my son got autism and stuff like that. But in a way, God did that for a reason, man. Because I'm not gonna lie, I love my kids dearly. And you see how the white people, they ride with theirs and all that. I just told my son that. Because I couldn't see me without mines. And I can't see me without my kids. Like, I'm jumping in the ground if something happened to them, and just hopefully I'll go before they go. I pray I do. I freaking pray I go before my kids. That's only right. That's only right, because if my son didn't have autism to slow his little stuff down, I'll be out here, man. I'll be the next KI. I'm telling you, I mean, you got moms that's like that with their kids, especially how my dad is, and how my family rock, and all that. My grandpa, my great grandpa, they come. I come from a line of freaking Manilas. You feel me? My grandmom's grandpa, my grandmom's dad was a stone Manila. Like, you know what I'm saying? I come from a line of freaking bad boys. My family is fucking crazy. And I mean, I'm not lying. Like, my, on my dad's side, that's who I am. They say you are who your dad is, and they not lying. That is not a freaking lie at all. So you know, if your dad family is crazy, more than likely you are crazy. My son act just like me, and I'm a female. Hold on, y'all. My son act just like me, and I'm a female, and he's a male. I'm just glad. Like, this boy don't bite his tongue for nothing. Like, he do not bite his tongue for nothing. He don't. He don't bite his tongue. He's outspoken. He tell you how it is. I hear him mumbling. I was the same way. My name stink and all that. Yeah. I was the same way. And then they dead. But my son act just like his mom. And like I said, even though my son got autism, you know, well, I had him at 5 months. He was a baby. They killed babies at 5 months. My son was a freaking baby. I'm just lucky that he did come out with some mild problems. You know what I'm saying? Because my cousin, and I kept saying, why she changed or whatever. It's my cousin, but she's still my cousin because my cousin married her aunt. My dad, on my dad's side, they crazy. They don't say care what they say out their mouth. My cousin, he didn't even know, like, that was my cousin. And he got smart. Like, literally, like, with me. And I'm sitting here, like, like, you just lucky I knew you was my cousin. Like, you just freaking lucky that you knew I was your cousin. Because I was going to curse them out. Like, you're not going to talk. Yeah. My grandma's dad's side is vicious. Yo, and I'm not bragging. I'm being honest and faithful. I'm gonna tell it like it is. I come from a background, and who probably wouldn't, full of crazy people, full of freaking crazy people. Like, I do. My dad is crazy on his own. Like, and you know, I'm glad he didn't go like to the streets, because my dad liked them. He liked them, like these young bulls, the Manilas and all that. He not, you know, he not into it no more. But my dad, yeah, he the fourth oldest. My dad is the fourth oldest. I just lost my uncle, y'all know that. My uncle, Zed. My uncle Eric. My uncle George. My dad. My aunt Cookie. Then I got my uncle Tracy. No, my uncle Spud. and then my Uncle Tracy, the baby boy. And I come from a freaking crazy family, y'all. Y'all would love my family. They crazy. They whoever like to party and have fun. That's what they do, man. My family party. I mean party. Party. From my grandma to my grandpa to my dad, to my uncles, to my cousins having the clubs. I mean, they get down and party. And it was a video like that. You know what I'm saying? I come from a line of freaking drug dealers, y'all. I mean, Saudi said it best. Saudi Shula said it best. Pimps, you name it, alright? You freaking name it. I'm just glad because, like I said, I'm just glad. Like, they side is so off. I can admit it. I'm not the type to be, no. I can admit, I can admit it. My family is know everybody. When I say everybody, they know everybody. Everybody, y'all. Y'all would love my family. They know everybody. They know everybody. They know everybody when I tell y'all. They like the party. And you know, y'all know. I mean, that's where I come from, you know? I mean, I can't. I mean, even though we was talking about Tupac and all of them, you know what I'm saying? We was talking about Tupac and them, but I just got off board, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not bragging about I love my family, you know what I'm saying? I do. Both sides. And I'm nothing like them, y'all. Oh my God, I'm nothing like them. I'm nothing like them. I might be crazy in my own little way. Yeah, I'm crazy in my own little way, but like partying and turning up and having fun, and I'm not like that. I'm not like my dad. I'm not my mom. They go out party, have fun. I mean, I used to, but I mean, I stopped. I mean, who don't stop? But I'm just saying that, you know, they like that bar life, and my mom was hanging. I never could like hang out in the bars and stuff like that. I may have went to some bars, but like me going to bars every week, no. Mm-mm. And that's what they do. They like the bars. They like, you know, that's my dad's side. Cause that's all that's her. It's on his side of the family. All my whole on my my mom's side, they scared it. Cali, New York, they all down South Columbia. They down there, Florida. My aunt was in Washington. I got two parents. One of my uncles live in my cousin. I call them my uncles. Manhattan. You know the money part. Queens. Then I had an aunt. She lived in Queens in the Bronx. She was in Queens. That was my grandpa's sister's side, which is not a lot of them. But just alone on my dad's side, there's a whole lot of us. And on his dad's side, it's a whole lot of us. So I come from a big family, just with my three grandparents. My grandpa, he didn't have a big family like that. He had a small family. My mother's mom. He had a small family, and my aunt, she was our daddy was mixed. Aunt Dottie was mixed. She was white and black. Her dad was white. Before my grandma passed away, she was 93 young. She had passed away. And right before she passed away, she had told my mom, which, there's a long story behind that. My mom had me at 13, 14. She was young, but she was older than me. And I really love my mom, but we don't get along. We don't get along. And I feel as though me and my mom, if it wasn't for the men she chose in her life, our relationship would be way better than it is. I mean, I just can't trust. She gotta earn my trust again. And when I try to let her earn my trust, she always puts somebody else in it. Like, she'll put my sister in it and talk to them. And that's understandable. Okay, everybody move on. But at the end of the day, I'm still your child. I still want affection and love from my mother. Like, that's my mom. And she lacks that when it comes to men. She I'm not like my mom. I'm not like my mom. I'm glad I'm not like my mom. I might got her ways somewhat, but I'm more act like my dad on them side. I see I'm more, they more like, I mean, even though on my side, like on my mom's side, like my cousins and them they dress nice and stuff like that, but they on my dad's side, cause they from down south. You know what I'm saying? So they more slower than on my dad's side. They fast, like they from Philly, like they fast with it. You know what I mean? They fast. And how, like, could you compare, balance the two? Because I might be in between. You know what I mean? Even though my aunts and them moved to, like, New York and California and the grandkids branching off and stuff like that. But My grandma was born in Philadelphia. My grandma was been 83, 84 this year. My dad mom would have been 84. She was young too. My grandma was young. I'm just telling you guys just to fill you in, you know, with my life a little bit. Um, like as far as my mother, you know, she got pregnant at 13 with me. She had me at 14. And she um turned 15. My birthday June the 24th. I was born. Her birthday July the 20th. My dad's birthday is June the 40th. So we all Cancers. But the thing is, my aunt and my uncle, well, no. My cousin aunt, which I still call her, my mom say that's her cousin, was used to mess with my uncle's head. He perished. He passed away. And my mom was messing with my dad. And Niecy got pregnant, but it wasn't my uncle's. And my mom lied about her age. My dad is 62. My mom 57. My dad would be 63. My mom be going on 58. My mom lied about her age. And my godmom is 50. I think my godmom is 58. My godmom not into it. You know what I'm saying? She cool, calm, collected. She wasn't into like what my mom was into and stuff like that. But she never turned back on my mom. And you know, I be venting sometimes because my mom will always blame me for everything. But you the one originates. Like I'm not, you know, saying it like to be smart or nothing, but you still older than me. And, you know, looking up to you, it wasn't a good scene. And that's all, I'm going to leave it, you know, like that. She wasn't a good role model, is what I'm going to say. Now, I may have done some things too, but I don't think it was compared to hers. I don't. I can't touch that. I can't compare. Like, I know I messed up. And I can admit my faults. And I admit my faults to billions of people who ever see this video. Because I'm, like I told my daughter yesterday, I'm still learning how to be a parent. You were 14. That's my first pregnancy, my first baby. You know? And she's 14. I'm 42. You know? Then my son, you know, I had him or whatever. And, you know, I learned a little bit more. But I wouldn't had the stuff that I've seen growing up. Like you know what I'm saying? I done seen some stuff growing up. And y'all be like, girl, bye. I mean, and it was to the point like I was tired of my mom trying to play me, so I said, well, book it. Because you did wrong. And I'm not keep taking your mess no more. I'm standing tall. I'm not going to have you trying to put me down and making me seem like I'm this person when nobody seen what you was doing but me. And I put her out there. Yeah, I exposed her on Facebook. She don't know, but I did. I exposed her on Facebook to my godmom, to my dad, to my uncles, to her family because she was going back telling them that, and my cousin Tanya, whatever. I know my mom. She carried me. She know me, and I know her. And then I started noticing, like, family, distant family, like acting weird or just, the only person I can say that stuck through me through thick and thin was my cousin Stella. Because she done turned the family against me for the stuff yeah, my mom vicious, y'all. My mom vicious. She turned the family against me. And I felt it. I knew. I already knew. She turned my cousin against me. Like my cousin daughter. My cousin Poodle against me. And that was my heart. Like, but I'm like, oh well. Oh well. Whatever she told her or sent her on Facebook or whatever. I'm not vicious, boo. Whatever, like, she told her on Facebook, it was like,